Ernest Baldwin of Wakefield, the former heavyweight champion of Great Britain, is the third man in the ring here tonight. 6 5-minute rounds, 1-4 to decide. Abbott versus St. Clair, and it's Abbott in the black trunks with, of course, the long hairstyle.
Keep hold on him, Bob.
Both men concentrating on the side headlocks to the body. They really pull on side headlocks, and now Bob Abbott coming back with it. Tony St. Clair trying to grapevine his way out of it, but he'll lose balance himself. No, he hasn't. It's Bob Abbott that he forced to lose balance, and there's the counter move. The grapevine still on, and the double-handed face bar with it. The first pinfall chance now, but it's only got a 2. Toe and ankle, St. Clair. And the figure 4 held by the double-handed toe hold against St. Clair. Despite that attempted counter, it's St. Clair coming back still with the toe hold on to keep the figure 4 leg lock right in place. Just a couple of minutes to go in this first round of 6. 1-4 decides the spot. So there's another counter by Abbott into a side headlock, almost from the stranglehold, but it didn't take it all. In fact, St. Clair gets almost out of trouble from it. Can't quite complete his counter. For Nelson now, but Abbott. To go. Neat double counter there with St. Clair's getting out of trouble on the second one. Finger interlocked, double, both hands. Get the advantage from this. Neatly over by St. Clair, but he hasn't got room for the double leg Nelson that he tries. More room this time. Good folding press from the back. Didn't quite hold him down hard enough or long enough. But the first chance to Abbott, the second chance to Abbott, too near the ropes. 25 seconds to go. Right on the bell of round 1. Sinclair the advantage. Curious enough, Sinclair the advantage, but he didn't. He was thrown out beautifully. There he is, Tony Sinclair of Redruth, Cornwall. And please don't write to me, anybody, and say that he lives in a public house in Manchester, which his father owns. I know this, but he's still billed from Redruth, Cornwall, where his whole family came from. Round 2, 5 rounds to go. 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout, of course, decides this bout. Tony Sinclair in the lighter trunks with the side headlock on the long-haired Bob Abbott now. Bob Abbott dangerously, perilously close to a pinfall chance by his opponent. There's one position that wrestlers don't like to be in, of course, is their shoulder blades right near the canvas. At any moment, the referee can start the count, his opponent can put on a little more pressure, and the shoulder press could be on. Much safer not to get to that position in the first place, if possible. Good counter by Abbott. Head scissors. Fairly tight head scissors. Tony Sinclair trying to bridge out of trouble, but it's not going to be that easy for him. Yes, 3 times he's really tried his best to get out of this head scissors, to no avail. Finally out on the 4th attempt. And by Tony Sinclair's face, it's obvious that he's not going to go to a head scissors if he can possibly avoid it again. Abbott's legs very powerful indeed. Arm lock Sinclair. The throw from the arm lock, still holding the arm lock on landing. Bob, everybody shouting, come on Bob, here at this very packed Victoria Bars here in Nottingham. Bob Abbott being the local boy. Couple of minutes left in the second. Still Bob Abbott trying to get out and making it this time. Even avoided the counter that came from the head scissors attempt by Sinclair. Single interlock.
Get out of that. Nope.
Double-handed wrist lever by Abbott. Tony Sinclair reaching for that grapevine, he couldn't get on. Now the wrist lever being held beautifully there until that moment. There's the counter completed. Backhammer on just for a second. Trying it again, but Sinclair gets the leg spread and can't do it the second time. Beautiful moves there by Bob Abbott. Full Nelson Sinclair. With just under a minute to go. The body scissors takes over from the head, the full Nelson. Abbott trying to turn towards his man without leaving go of the leg. He's made it. Just about 10 seconds in round 2. That spin out came right on the bell there. Bob Abbott of Nottingham, actually billed there as Bud Abbott. Obviously our director is going back a few years for Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. But this is actually Bob Abbott of Nottingham at 14 stone. And why we haven't seen him ever on television before, I don't know, from the performance he's put up so far.
Seconds away, round 3.
Extremely well-built young man, this Bob Abbott. His first appearance ever on the television screen. He nearly made it one evening with us on television at, I think it was Wolverhampton, but something went wrong and he wasn't seen, although we recorded it. He wasn't seen because the other part of the evening lasted too long, I suppose. So this is really his first appearance on the small screen, and I'm sure that we'll be seeing a lot more of this man. Reverse double knee hold by St. Clair, but far too loose against a powerful boy like Abbott. One fall decides this bout, and it's St. Clair in the lighter trunks versus Abbott. And now it's Abbott going in with a left leg grapevine. Trying to reach for the other leg, get his man off balance. He makes it, the shoulder press is on. All caused that through a grapevine and forcing his man to lose balance. Very loose attempt there at a drop it by St. Clair with his man's head on the ground, actually touching the deck here. I've never seen a grovet put on quite like this. St. Clair lying full length to execute it. Beautifully up, very fast indeed. Grabbed and had to go with it and did. Very fast move by Abbott. Well, this is quite a preliminary contest to the main bout of the evening's program, which of course is a lightweight contest between Jim Breaks and Johnny Saint, which should be a humdinger. And St. Clair very slowly letting his man over, holding that shoulder press as long as he could, but realized he couldn't hold it on for 3. St. Clair coming in with a double arm from underneath and the shoulder press on. Very near thing for Abbott there. But he got out of it. Much to the joy of the crowd, of course, here at the Victoria Baths here in Nottingham, who really want their local boy to beat the experienced Tony St. Clair. Tony St. Clair, who we've seen many times on television, but Bob Abbott never. Half a minute. There's the way the tables were turned so quickly there by Tony St. Clair. Really fast. Going for the half Nelson, 3/4 Nelson there now, St. Clair. Held it until he had to release because of his own arm release. 10 seconds. That double interlock just may not get anywhere before the bell. Well, I expect you remember only a week or two ago on a Tuesday night's televised wrestling, we saw Tony Sinclair fight Ray Steele. And I remember saying at the time that this is one of the best matches I've ever seen. I hope you agreed with me, because that really was a beauty. Tonight, doing pretty well too. 3 rounds to go.
Seconds leave the ring. Round 4.
Abbott versus Sinclair. Sinclair in the light trunks on the right there, the lighter trunks. Ernest Baldwin, the former heavyweight champion of Great Britain, the referee here tonight. There's that double-handed wrist lever again that Abbott tried in the second round to no avail, but he's trying it again. Sinclair at the moment trying to escape without the counter. But he winds up with some form of counter move. There's the counter, there's the head mare. Follow up. And over the top for a shoulder press. Both arms locked, but not enough yet. Still getting the shoulder blades off. Very nicely out by Abbott. Again, the crowd here at Nottingham relieved that their local boy didn't go under them. It was a second chance that Tony Sinclair's had to finish him in this one full bout. Cannot for the life of me understand why the promoters in this area have not, which is Morel and Beresford, have not put on this boy before. He really is quite something and causing Tony Sinclair quite a bit of headache here. Taken beautifully over the top with a cross-press finish, but thrown off again. And Tony Sinclair looking, what have I got to do to get this boy down? And hold him there for 3. 3 real chances he's had now. He goes for the full Japanese stranglehold now. Well, Clair over the top rope, and it's a fair landing by the look on his face. No trouble. He got down on his feet first. Yes, obviously quite unintentional, and I think maybe Sinclair even went over the top to avoid coming back off the ropes at his man. Leg chop. Still, Abbott manages a smile, but that must have stung a little bit. Difficult to tell whether he has cauliflower ears. Can't see his ears at all. But he will have them if Sinclair continues the treatment like that. Bear hug. Goes in for a bear hug fast, but is it fast enough? Quick, but Sinclair almost turned away from it as it arrived. Still got the hands in the right position. Abbott decided to release. Hadn't got it on really properly. 1 minute to go now in the 4th. There's a conglomeration of legs and arms in there, no real hold. That's an awkward situation for Abbott. Now awkward for St. Clair. 25 seconds left. St. Clair reaching for the full Nelson ground position, getting it. 8 seconds to go. Half Nelson on now, but not really closed. It's on the bell. It's too late. Let's have a close-up look at this man who we've seen for the first time here tonight. 2 years amateur at the same local club as Al Nichol, the famous Nottingham welterweight, turned pro 1968. He's part-time only because he's in the hosiery trade as well.
Seconds away, round 5.
2 rounds to go. Incidentally, Bob Abbott had trials for Notts County Football Club a few years back. So he's an all-round sportsman. In fact, he's a fanatic on nearly all sports. 2 rounds then. 1-4 to decide this bout between Bob Abbott of Nottingham in the black trunks on the right with a long hairstyle and Tony St. Clair of Redruth, Cornwall. And again, Abbott, like in one of the early rounds, has this head scissors on St. Clair. St. Clair had trouble last time, and he's having trouble this time. Finally out, but he's expended a lot of energy doing it. Spun out before he got the double leg. Oh, yes. Again, not a good landing, Clair. But he switched that beautifully. Now this is where St. Clair excels, but oh. Now then, from that double body check, both men in trouble. It's a matter of who can get up first. Nottingham fans screaming for their boy Abbott to get up first, and anyway he makes it. Over the top, neat double leg Nelson chance, and ooh, I was just about to say Abbott's got it, but no, he hasn't. It's St. Clair now with a shoulder press, and it's St. Clair gets it, but such a near thing. In 1 minute, 29 seconds into round 5. What a finish by St. Clair, getting the only fall necessary, and I hope it's not long before we see Abbott again on the small screen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In 1 minute, 29 seconds of round 5, a pinfall with a double leg Nelson, and the winning fall to Tony St. Clair. A very good contest, ladies and gentlemen. Hand for the loser, Bob Abbott.